Should you study in Japan? In this video, I'm gonna talk about my own experience here in Japan studying. So what do I do? So I don't have a bachelor degree, so instead I decided to study in Japan. So here I study game programming in something called a Senmongakko. It's basically a special skills school. So you go here for 3 years, and then after you get a special certificate, and with this certificate you can apply for a visa, and you can also try to find a job here in Japan. So I have a question for you first. Do you want to work in Japan after you study? If yes, get a bachelor degree first. If no, just continue watching this video. Why? Because the bachelor is more powerful. You can work in more countries, not just Japan. And if you don't have one and you want to work in Japan after your school, it will be so much more easier than with my degree. So my school is cool, but the degree is not that powerful. And it will be more harder for me in the future to find a job in my degree. And if I want to move to another country, like for example South Korea, they might not accept my degree. So the bachelor is more powerful. But enough about that. Let's actually talk about my school and my life here. So for that, I'm gonna actually show you some of the games I made while studying game programming. And while showing you these games, I'm gonna have these talking points that we're gonna talk about. So let me actually show you my games. So the first talking point is the goods. So I thought we're gonna start with this game. So this is a game I made in a Saturday class where we basically do a hackathon. We are given a game idea and we have to make this game idea in 2 weeks only in a group setting. And this is the game idea we were given, basically we decided, and we made this in 2 weeks. So let me actually show you the game. So the game looks like this. So I decided to go for like a 3D, 2D style of action game where you have to fish. So what are the goods of studying game programming or studying in general here in Japan? I think one of the good is that the country is quite beautiful. Like you can see this background here. Everything was here inspired by Japan. Even the fish are all Japanese. I think the language is also quite beautiful. The people, they can be nice. Like, not everybody is nice, but like so many Japanese people can be like very kind. And the other thing is, what is good about studying here is that you actually learn a lot. Like, I think the lessons are quite good in a way that basically it's not just a lesson where you just follow the teacher and you do nothing and you learn nothing. But there's so many classes like this one where I made this game where you actually like have to make something yourself, and especially in a group setting. And I think that's where you really learn stuff, because if you just follow the teacher or you study from a textbook and you just follow the textbook, you don't learn anything. Like I think, especially when it comes to something like game making, the best way you learn something is when making it yourself, like being creative. Like I think this class where we made this game is a perfect example. This was one of the first games I ever made, and almost all the things here were made by me and my teammates. So I had to learn basically how to draw pixel art. I had to learn how to basically model the boat. I had to learn how to write basic code so the fish like spawn in and you have levels and you have XP. I had to learn about like lightning and stuff. And all this, the teachers didn't teach it. Basically, I had to study it myself. And maybe you're thinking like, hey, I can do this myself at home by watching tutorials. But I think what the good thing about school is, it keeps you going. You have like a deadline, you have teammates that depend on you. And after the basically 2 weeks, we like compare everybody's work and then we do a ranking. And if you're competitive like me, you want to win. So you want to study even more and improve your skill even more. And I think that's really good, especially about my school, is like the teamwork aspect and the hackathons and the classes where you can do stuff yourself. Because these are actually the classes where you really improve your skill. And I think if you want to find a job later, what is like maybe even more important than a bachelor degree is the actual skill. And if they see you can create something like this, I think they're willing to hire you, or at least give you a chance. So I think these are the goods about studying in Japan. So let's switch the game and talk about the bads. In this game, we're gonna talk about the bads of studying in Japan. And for this game, I decided to go for a horror game. So this is a horror game I made during my school festival. Maybe you've seen this in anime. Basically every school has a school festival where like people are gonna come to your classroom and you can show them stuff. So this is a game I made for this. Basically this was also like a group setting, a group project, but this version 3, was made entirely by me, and the other versions was made with the other teammates. So let's talk about the bad stuff. So one of the bad things about studying Japan, I think, is the hours. I think Japan is really extreme with how much they force people to do. Basically, you have like almost like 10-hour days just study. Like imagine from 9 in the morning until evening at 8, you have to just be in school. You only get a 30-minute breaks and you have to study. And the other bad thing is, like I talked about how Japanese people are quite nice, but they can also be incredibly strict. And especially in my school, some of the students and the teachers can be really like a pain in the ass. And what I mean by strictness is like think like really typical office people, like very strict, very punctual, don't be late, do this, don't talk down, especially like superior, inferior. Like you have to use formal language. If someone's older than you, you have to basically respect them and use only like proper language. If somebody is your leader, you cannot like do anything without their approval. For example, this game here for my school project, I just thought I'd make a fun version 3 of this game for the school project. But then they got actually angry at me because I didn't inform my leader of my group project that I made this, which to me is just bizarre, because I do something positive. So why would I need your approval to do something positive? But Japanese people can be extremely strict like this. And if you combine this with like the long hours, it can be quite tiresome. But if you're the type of person who can adapt, who's maybe even a little bit sneaky, and overall just has kind of like a video game attitude about it, where you just like do your own thing and try to adapt and improve, I think you can manage it, or at least that's how I manage it. So basically, just like in a video game, just follow the rules and then in your own time do your own stuff. Maybe it sounds stupid, but that's basically how I manage it. But that's basically the end of the video. It's not really that long, and I don't want to make it too long or too drawn out, because I'm still quite a small channel, and I think short videos maybe do better for me, but I don't know. So we also found the exit. So before I'm gonna walk through the exit, please like and subscribe, and also check out my Instagram and my Patreon if you like my content and want to see more of my games. So let's actually walk through the exit. Boom, you win.